2025, which you can click and actually fill out a prompt to have an inspection done or be given an estimate. We have Roofo on our website. Shout out Mike Goldstein at Roofo, great people. We have that on our website to spit out quick, estimates and stuff. But outside of that, we've never asked for business. A lot of people are like, they see the growth and stuff like that individually and with us, putting our brand everywhere. But that's just, we're just having fun, putting it out there, doing what we can. And a lot of people lose sight of that too. Like, have fun, guys. People want to see raw. They don't want to see just constantly well-edited videos. You got to do what you got to do. I got to make sure Romans is here in 10 years, and you got to make sure your roof gets done. So let's figure out what you want to do, which, by the way, keep that in mind. A warranty is only as good as that company is. So if you're going through a company with this lifetime warranty on $400 a square for shingles, and then something happens in 2 years and they're no longer in business.
Interesting round here for you. It's called rapid fire. Okay, last one. LinkedIn or Facebook, and you can give it a rank if you want to do both. Welcome to the Roofing Industry and Home Services podcast. Today I have an absolute heavyweight with me, Elijah Muhm, part owner of Romans Roofing, and he's also the host of the Roof Trolls podcast, which a lot of you guys might be following already. So welcome in, Elijah. Glad to have you. Super stoked to get this going. Let's start with, who is Elijah Muhm and how did he get started into roofing?
Oh man, how much time you got? No, so I got lucky sense of finding this industry, like so many others that are involved in the industry right now. Nobody set out to be a roofer. There was never one thought in my mind that crossed my, hey man, maybe you want to go do roofing one day. Never happened. To put it lightly, man, I was a fuck up when I was younger. So when this opportunity came, it presented itself at a really perfect timing for it. So I had just had my daughter. I was working a dead-end job, and I was on my way to transition. And I was transitioning into a new job. I was going to take a job actually at Amazon to be a supervisor. And I got to pick my schedule out. It was like a 4-day schedule, 10 hours a day. Dude, it was a cakewalk. I was going to be off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It was going to be just beautiful. And they told me it's about 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks out from starting up. So I was like, all right, cool. I put my 2 weeks notice into the job I was at. Figure I'll stay home with my newborn daughter for, a month or whatever, a couple weeks, and, handle that. So I did that. I put my 2 weeks in. The company that I was working at fired me right away after the 2 weeks. And I was in between jobs. And I had an offer at this time, probably 6 months before, to come and canvas for this company, because I knew a guy I went to high school with that owned the place. And I was like, man, I'm not going to door knock. I'm like, that's a scam. Like everybody else thinks it's a scam. I'm like, yeah, I'm not door knocking. I'm good, man. I'll, whatever. I'll keep working the jobs I'm working. So Amazon hits me up one day, just after I get let go. And they tell me that the production has been halted a little bit on the facility that they're building, that it's going to be about a month and a half to 2 months before they're up and running. My wife, she can't work. My daughter's born here. I'm here now. I don't know what to do. So I'm like, shit, you better find something. So lo and behold, one of my buddies, I'm at a beer event actually, and he hits me up for some rare beer that they wanted. I had a ticket for this event, so I was able to purchase it for him. And we got to talking again. And I told him, I said, look, man, I can't come over here for just commission in between times, but I don't know anything about it. And he said he'd pay me $10 an hour. He said after 2 weeks, I ain't going to want to do anything else anyway. So I'm like, all right, man, I'll give it a test run. Didn't know what the hell I was doing for 2 days, knocking doors with a bunch of kids. No clue what's going on. And then I always talk about this, actually, in the speeches that I do now inside and stuff. I always bring this up. One conversation changed my entire life. I was at lunch on the second day with one of the kids that we worked with. It was all kids, by the way, all children. I was 30 years old working with 18-year-olds knocking doors, and felt like such a loser. So this girl, her name is Amanda, she says, yeah, my aunt went through this company and she got her roof, her siding, her gutters. She got all of it done, paid for. I was like, well, that set her back, 30 G's. And she's like, no, she's like, it didn't cost anything. And I said, what do you mean it didn't cost anything? She proceeds to explain to me that the insurance companies and how it works, and this is what we're doing. And that's when it dawned on me. I'm like, oh my God, this job, you guys just don't know what the hell you're doing. I had literally told her, I said, I'm sorry, I know I'm only 2 days in this, but you guys suck at sales. Like the insurance is footing the bill for this. So the homeowner is essentially only paying a deductible. And they're like, yeah. They're like, oh, it's a lot harder than you think. I said, no, it's not. You're complicating this. No, it's not. So I told my wife the next day, I said, hey, I think I'm going to do this. I don't think I'm going to go work at Amazon when they open. She goes, no, you're ridiculous. You're not doing this, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you're right. I should probably think about it. It's a dumb idea. Her mom told me it was a dumb idea. I'm not kidding with you, dude. Thursday morning, I called Amazon up on the way into work and I said, hey, yeah, I'm not interested in going there anymore. I'm good. Thanks. And hung up on them. And I've been rocking this industry since.
Wow, that's a journey. I remember when I left the corporate America world because I was working in IT for a long time. I had the business, this kind of side thing. My wife was like, "No effing way. You are not just quitting. You're not quitting that job. You're not quitting on me." I'm like, I'm not quitting on you. I don't like doing this. So I'm just going to do my own thing. And I already enjoy doing this. So might as well. So totally resonate with that. Walk me through a real life scenario of when you knock on a door, because I've actually never talked about this in any of my other podcasts since you started from door knocking. This would be kind of interesting. Like, how do you start that conversation with the homeowner? Because somebody comes in through my door, I'd be like, "Hey, I want to call. I'm at work," or I'll be like, "Hey, I'll think about it. Hey, not right now." How do you deal with that?
Man, so I used to be deadly at a door. Everybody thinks they were the greatest ever, but I was so good at the door. And it's funny because your whole career, you're gonna fight tooth and nail to try to remember your pitch from when you first started, because there's nothing stronger than a salesman who's hungry. Their pitch when they first start off in this, because they don't know anything. They don't know any background noise. They don't none of that. They don't want to get into detail about anything. They're straight to the point. This is what we need to do. That's what I'd like to do. I don't have that anymore. My approach now, I have a different philosophy altogether. I try to create urgency too, just like you. Am busy, and I want to keep that perception that I'm extremely busy as well. So it's more so like I'm offering you an experience that nobody else has offered you. And I know your door's been knocked by a million people. So my approach would be, hey, I understand. Listen, I know you've heard it all before, and judging by the condition of your roof right now, I'm sure you've been knocked before. I'm here to let you know that the experience that you'll have with me is far better than what you're going to have with a lot of other people, and that's because I'm going to be upfront and honest with you. I need to look at your home. I need to see if it emulates the same damage that I had down the street from one of the other homeowners I was working with, and if it does, I happen to be in this neighborhood today, and I figured I'd offer my services to you. Like it. I don't have a lot of time. I'm a professional. I'm an expert, and if you let me up there, I'll work wonders for you. If you don't, then that's cool too. Here's my card. If you should change your mind, you're going to see some of your neighbors go up, and they're built. They're going to be built by me. And if you change your mind or something like that, and you want me to come back out here, give me a call. I'm not afraid to not close a deal right on the first conversation. A lot of these business people that they're teaching these guys this dominant door pitch and all this, and it's great, dude. And a lot of our guys do it too, and I've done it too. But I'm okay with planting seeds because it's going to sell further how professional I am, and it's going to keep the image the way it needs to be. Never badmouth another competitor, and never overpromise. I'm just straight and to the point. Hey, man, this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm here. I'm here because this is what I do. I got a storm SWAT that says that the storm came through this area. I'm extremely talented in what I do. This is my career. I've been doing it for a decade. Let a professional handle your business for you. In the insurance world, regardless of public adjuster or contractor, having representation is 30% more in your pocket, or in this case, into your home, than anybody else can provide for you, including yourself. So allow me to use my education that I've obtained over the last 10 years and do what I can to make sure that you're indemnified the correct way.
Now, walk us through a scenario where you have been rejected and like straight up rejected, didn't even want to open the door. How would you get through that situation? Because I mean, a lot of folks are doing this just starting out. They don't have the experience that you do. So that would really help out a lot of folks that
Humor
are, just putting their steps in.
humor is a good one, man. And again, that's a season thing where you just got to get, man. It doesn't matter how good you are. Nobody closes every deal, and I think that a lot of sales reps they take that shit to heart too often. Guys, like, they're gonna say no. It's a numbers game. 100 will say no before one says yes. That goes for everybody. There's no superstars in this industry. Either whether they want to paint it to you or not, there are not. You have to knock 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day to generate, the 4 or 5 signs you want. And that's at a high rate. An efficient rep is still it takes hours to do this, guys. This is not easy. Remember, in my opinion, this is the hardest job in the world, because I'm going to interrupt your meal with your family. I'm going to make you fall in love with me. I'm going to inspect your property. I'm going to convince you to sign up for a roof. And I'm going to do all of that within an hour and a half of you meeting me. This is not an easy thing. So keep that in your mind. And when someone slams a door in your face, laugh about it, man. That's a good time. I get it. Or make a joke to get their attention. Oh, I'm not interested. Really? Because I had a $10,000 check I was going to give you. I just figured you might want that. Oh, whoa, now you're interested? Well, cool. Well, come on out. So I got 10 G's after I get your roof approved. Like, this is what I can do for you. Like, don't just have a little bit of fun with it. And then just remember, some people are having a miserable day. Some people have life that's going on outside of what you're doing. And I know that for the typical sales rep, the whole world revolves around them. But there are people that have other things going on that they may be battling. So when you knock on a door, be prepared for everything and understand that other people, it may not be you. It may not be you. They answer the door. Oh, get the fuck out of here. I'm tired of you guys knocking. Cool. You know what that means? That means that some idiot was there before you offering something similar and they were just too stupid. Don't be mean to the homeowner. Try to kill him with kindness, but hey, get off my property. I told you I don't want to talk. Cool. Take that. All right, cool. Hey, I get it, man. I'll try to circle back around after I get some approvals. See you later. I don't care. I don't want you around. All right, cool, man. Have a good day. I hope your day gets better. Like, that's literally it, dude. You just move about your business, because any angry customer only takes one signed neighbor. You sign a neighbor up and everybody on that block wants to do business with you after that house is done. Even the tough guy. So like the one that told you to piss off, sign his neighbor. You'll be doing that roof. You'll be doing it as soon as he sees the bill going up. Hey, man, I'm really sorry. You know how it goes. There's a bunch of people in this neighborhood that, and then you got to be cool about it. Hey, I get it, bro. I get it. That's why I said in the beginning, hey, I'm cool, man. I'm going to walk away. I'll come back. I'll circle around. I'm glad you came through it. Let me see what I can do for you now. Aim at the end of the day, regardless of how talented you are.
And I think it's a numbers game in any business, any industry that you go in. Even for us, like we do marketing, we do a ton of social media, but we still have to hit our numbers to generate the amount of leads or the amount of revenue that we want to generate every single month to grow. Now, let me ask you about the brand aspect. You guys are obviously pretty active on social. You have a podcast, you have a channel, you have videos going out. You're pretty active on LinkedIn. You go to seminars and roof cons and things like that. What makes, like, out of all these things, what do you think makes a brand stand out, a roofing brand stand out?
Well, the first thing that you got to understand, and what I tell people too, is there's a difference between marketing and branding. A lot of people who are doing this, they still haven't understood that. Marketing is what you tell people you are. It's how you view your company. Branding is how they feel about you. So branding is actually what the customer, that's who you are. Whoever the customer thinks you are, that's who you are as a brand. So that's number one. Number two is understanding the ROI. It's not necessarily money. I just made a video yesterday that talked about this. It is not 100% money. I don't give a shit if you invested 10 grand into some video that you put out or whatever. It can't all just be money based. Otherwise, everybody out there is going to consistently think that they're failing. It's just like door knocking is a numbers game. I don't even have the time with all the marketing that we do. I still don't have the time to keep up with it, because if you want to be a powerhouse, you're looking, 8 to 10 posts a day on 10 to 12 platforms. Who's got time for that? Even with a marketing team, I don't have time for that. That's a tremendous uphill battle. But a lot of the things that we're seeing now is the companies that give away first and ask second are the ones that end up doing really well. So what we did year one when we came to Romans was like, hey man, we're going to have to put some money down on this, like serious bread, and put together some well thought out videos that actually touch base on things that homeowners can learn. And then in turn, as the education grows with our client base, then we can start letting them know, hey, this is what we can do for you, because they have a better understanding of the basics. So essentially, and I know people laugh at this, I want to teach homeowners how not to use me. How can I teach you guys how to not be ripped off by contractors anymore? How can I teach you guys how to not deal with door knockers anymore? How do I teach you how to find a good company, how to do things the right way, how to do them yourself? How do we do that? Why do we do that? We do it because of the 1% rule. That qualifies for homeowners as well. I could teach a million of them what to do, and only 1% is going to actually apply it. But you know what the other 99% are going to do? They're going to remember who taught them how to get to the step 3 from step 1, and they're going to call that expert, because that's what they've now painted you subliminally as an expert. They're going to call that expert for advice on how to get to 3 to 5. And then that's when I get to jump in a claim that's already been filed and all the legwork's been done for me. And then we can help that homeowner represent them through the process and get them taken care of on the back end. And that's what our goal here at Romans is to continue to educate. We have all of our sales guys that do videos. I put them out there. We have our educational videos. We put them out there. We've never asked for business. business. We just started running ads this year, 2025, which you can click and actually fill out a prompt to have an inspection done or be given an estimate. We have Rufo on our website. Shout out Mike Goldstein at Rufo, great people. We have that on our website to spit out quick, estimates and stuff. But outside of that, we've never asked for business. A lot of people are like, they see the growth and stuff like that individually, and with us, putting our brand everywhere. But that's just, we're just having fun, putting it out there, doing what we can. And a lot of people lose sight of that too. Like, have fun, guys. People want to see raw. They don't want to see just constantly well-edited videos. You're not buying leads. You're buying attention. And as soon as you understand that, then is when you can start your marketing campaign. But you got to get attention first.
How about talking about attention? Do you get negative attention sometimes, and
Yeah.
how do you deal with that?
Same thing, humor. I love that. I'll respond every once in a while. I got to go back and I got to delete comments sometimes because I run our Facebook page. So when someone comes on there, and most of the time it is union roofer or some type of roofer that is local to the area that's using, or maybe even a family member of a local roofer. Very often, more times than not, it's a roofer affiliated something with a competitor, because these idiots still think that we're competing against each other. So they'll come on there and they'll comment and they'll say things. I could do it cheaper, blah 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 blah. And then you just gotta love it then. Well, why are you using my ad for your business then? Shouldn't they be lined up around the block to use you? Like, you're the man, right? So then what do you need what do you need my ad for? Like, if you do it cheaper, then why aren't they hitting you up? Go that way. Anybody could do it cheaper. I'll never race to the bottom. I don't know what they think that is, but like Roman's Roofing, we know and take pride in the fact that we're not the cheapest roofing company in this area. I'm sorry, my prices are dictated on my craftsmanship. It has nothing to do with your budget. I'll try to work with you within ramifications. We could work out some credit, some type of pay structure in-house, or, financing, or whatever the case may be. We'll try to work it out for you. But at the end of the day, if you feel like that my quality is not where you want it to be and you think it could be done cheaper, hey, you got to do what you got to do. I got to make sure Romans is here in 10 years, and you got to make sure your roof gets done. So let's figure out what you want to do, which, by the way, keep that in mind. A warranty is only as good as that company is. So if you're going through a company with this lifetime warranty on $400 a square for shingles, and then something happens in 2 years and they're no longer in business, it is what it is.
Truth said, yeah. I mean, roofing contractors do get a bad name generally because there is a lot of them out there. There are states that don't even have any kind of regulations. Like in Texas, for instance,
Yeah.
All you need is a hammer and a nail, and you can just jump on and get it going. So,
but we do it to ourselves, though.
Yeah,
that's the thing, though. Like, our industry, we do it to ourselves. We sit there and we badmouth each other at the door, and people think that you're winning something by doing that, but all you're doing is further cementing the thought process behind the homeowner thinking that you're a used car salesman. They already think that that's what you are, and then when you go there and you act like a snake in front of them, and whether they sign or not, it didn't improve anything. It hurt the image of the industry. If you truly cared about the homeowner being helped and it wasn't about commission, then why would we ever flip a contract? You wouldn't. You would say, oh, hey, that's awesome. I'm glad that they got to you. Is there anybody else in your network that might benefit from my services? Here's my card. Maybe I could help one of them, but I'm glad you're being taken care of. Also, in case anything goes south, give me a call. But I think that the company that you're working with right now, clearly they're on top of their game too, because they were here first. So kudos to them. Why can't we do that? It's crazy, dude.
It's cutthroat, man. It's competitive. It's super cutthroat. Yeah, so that's.
And you're not going to sign all of them. That's my point, though. You're not going to sign all of them. So if I, as a roofing owner, and I try to tell the people in my industry too, let's collaborate because no one else is doing it. Imagine if I took Northwest Indiana and I said, this whole big ass area that I have, and I said, I need 4 companies, and I want you guys to all get in front of a camera with me, and we stand united. Hey, Northwest Indiana, we want to let you know that we stand united against all these storm chasers. We too are getting fed up with the companies coming in here and taking advantage of you. So if you have storm related damage and you looking to get your roof replaced, use one of the 4 of us because we do it the right way. We're local here, blah, blah, blah. If I put a stranglehold on Northwest Indiana to where if 3-inch hail came here and there's only 5 companies competing against each other, Welcome to doubling your business, boys. All because you stood with somebody instead of standing against them. We got 300 contractors. 5 of us could own this. 5 of us. And then do you really care at that point? If you went from 3 million to 10 million, but the company that you were competing went from 20 to 30 million, do you care? You had a $10 million increase as well. Like what? Dude, it's mind blowing sometimes when you're just sitting back and look at it. Oh my God, you Neanderthal. Like the way you think is so medieval. Like what's wrong with you? That's the way I look at it, at least.
I love this. I love this. Let's talk a little bit about the content that you put out. A lot of the content, it's very, very bold. I've witnessed it myself. I've commented on several of them, Elijah. So you have a unique style. You definitely go for the, what's the phrase? Bull with the horn, or phrase that goes like that. But I mean,
Mhm.
you're very direct. So do you think that sometimes affects or impacts you negatively, or do you not care? Or do you recommend companies going very direct and more, not having a more, I guess it's still a professional tone, but not having more of a humor tone versus I guess my question to you is, how do you structure your content to really, hone in on your audience?
So, in my opinion, full disclosure, I've never lost a job yet based off of any of my content. I've never had somebody say, "Hey, man, this is too unprofessional." I think that the image. I just had this conversation actually the other day because of a clip that we put out for the podcast, and it started with a pretty crazy beginning. And some of my partners were like, "Hey, man, what's wrong with you? You can't do this." And I told them, and this is how I truly feel. I believe that the image that we've created for Roman's Roofing, it kind of lets people know who we are right out the gate. So the culture shock that most people would have with other people using that same material, they don't have that with us because we've kind of like already set the guidelines and let them know what we're about. Number two, day that I became more authentic with who I am, which is about 5 years ago, was the day that my income started doubling and tripling sometimes in a year. And I'm sitting at a point now where I'm very comfortable and I'm trying to do some things in the industry that have never been done before. And I think to be able to do that, you have to be something the industry's never seen before. And I keep telling people, my sole purpose here is to disrupt the industry, but in a positive way. I stand on collaboration, and I'm going to die on that hill, like a real collaboration, not a you have to pay me to collaborate, no platform gimmicks, no PE gimmicks, none of that. You don't got to buy in anything with me. It'd help if you contribute to branding, but I don't even care about that either. What I care about is getting the message out there that we're going to stand united and to build this industry with good youthful talent. We have a lot of young kids that are getting into here that we need to mold to become the faces of the roofing industry, because I sat at home 5 years ago and I kept whining and crying about how I was sick of seeing the same speakers over and over again. And you know what? You know whose fault that is at the end of the day? That's my fault, because I didn't step up. I didn't turn the cameras around, and I did it too late, in my opinion. I'll be 39 this year. I need someone behind me even to step forward and take the reins of this thing, dude, because this industry needs to be saved. We need to fix it. We need to clean the image up. We need to tighten down in our procedures, and we need to come at it like professionals and stop allowing nonsense to go on in here, because we got to put an end to that, man. It's time for us. So like that's my philosophy, and my content is a direct reflection of myself and our team. We like to have fun, but we're about business as well. My message that I'm trying to send to people is the price is out the window now. So it's about convenience, and it's about the experience. We're already one of the more convenience ones. We're pretty tech savvy as far as that goes. But then how do I separate myself from, as I mentioned, tons of other roofers that can do the exact same thing we can, and pretty similar pricing as well. You do that by having the experience. I believe wholeheartedly that no one, for sure in the Chicagoland or Northwest Indiana area, but I don't think anyone delivers the experience like Romans does. I just don't. And I know our content speaks for itself. I'll put out videos that no one's doing right now. And it's to have a good time, man. And at the end of the day, if people can't accept it, then they can't accept that. Again, not every homeowner's for you. So outside of politics and religion, I try to stay away from them. Outside of those two, yeah, man, I'm all about the vulgarness, being funny, the profanity. Like this isn't it's real life, bro. We might make white collar money, but we're still blue collar industry, baby. This is still construction. You think that those homeowners don't know we use profanity on the roofs? 90 fucking degrees swinging a hammer. Hell yeah, we're vulgar. Like, I need people to see how much fun we're having so they want to work here. I need people to see the business side of this as well. So I try to maintain that professional thin line, but I also, again, I want to be authentic. I don't want someone to think that I'm anybody different, whether I'm in a private meeting with my owners or I'm at your door. This is who I am. T-shirt, jeans, straight bill hat, tatted up. That's for every event I've ever gone to, and that's just who I am. I'm not going to change that for anybody. But I believe that there's a uniqueness in me. So I'm gonna.
Love that. Love the message. So I got a interesting round here for you. It's called rapid fire, and you get 3 seconds to answer it, however you want. So let's start this round. First question: cold calls or warm leads?
I'll take the cold call. The only reason why is because warm leads are garbage, man. Who's to determine if it's warm? Because you set it up. What'd you say to them? How'd you say it? What are we offering them? Like, I don't know anything about it. I'm blind. Someone's already promised them something, and I got to try to find a way to save the hell no. Give me the cold lead.
Love that. Sales or marketing?
Dude, you're pulling on my heartstrings right now. Man,
What's more up
sales
your alley?
sales is the love of my life. I think I'm good at marketing too. I mean, I'm a dog, bro. Sales probably at the end of the day, but it hurts to say that.
Coffee or pre-workout?
Not coffee. I don't even do pre-workout anymore. I got high blood pressure now, but I was doing 2 or 3 scoops of pre-workout before when I was lifting, plus drinking like energy drinks. I haven't had an energy drink or pre-workout in almost 4 years. But coffee, I mean, that's the best part of my day. I go to sleep at night excited to wake up to my cup of coffee in the morning.
That's funny. Grit or talent?
Oh, grit all day. I've dealt with many talented idiots, like many talented people that come in here and have no hustle, no ambition, no drive. You could be the most talented dude in the world, but yeah, no, give me the grittiest. Give me that dude who wants to roll his sleeves up and get dirty. I'll make that dude a millionaire.
Door knock or inbound?
I understand the power of it, believe me, and I know the industry's changing. But dude, I can control what happens at the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's me. I get to be the one. Like, if I botch a lead on a door, it's because I failed. You know what I'm saying? I rather my fate be in my hands.
Awesome. Branding in one word.
Passion. I
Passion.
mean, if you don't care about what you're saying, or you're doing it just to get attention or just to get money, and it's not something you genuinely care about, you shouldn't be speaking about it. You shouldn't have a camera on you discussing anything that you're not 100% ready to roll. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is your lifestyle. Like, sales, running my business is my baby. This is my passion. Like, this is what I do.
Okay, last one. LinkedIn or Facebook, and you can give it a rank if you want to do both.
I don't think it's a fair comparison. I love LinkedIn. I think that LinkedIn is far underutilized. The problem is that Facebook just makes us so much damn money. I pull anywhere between 50 to 70 leads a week, sometimes on Facebook. So unfortunately, Facebook, it does translate to a little bit of income for us. It also just networks so much better right now than LinkedIn, because LinkedIn has a lot of professionals on it. It does, but Facebook's got a lot of professionals on it and a lot of the lower non-professional people that have power in this industry too. I believe in salespeople. I want to be linked up to as many salespeople as I can get linked up to. I believe in molding the future. That's a real thing. Like, drove down to Louisville to speak at Roof Camp. I love that. I'm going to Birmingham, Alabama in July to speak at Roof Camp. It's all free. It doesn't cost anything because I'm with a movement. Like, Jay Bradley, Reggie Brock, and them. Like, we're trying to motivate and educate the younger so they can be up and coming and realize that they have more potential than what they may realize in themselves. And the power of collaboration is real. And the lives that you could change, I mean, it's real. So, like, that's what I'm doing, so I believe in that part of it.
Okay, so last question before we end the show. I'm a kid right out of high school or right out of college, and I am totally confused. I don't know what to do with my life. Like, I'm super confused, and I'm thinking about going into roofing, maybe doing some handyman jobs. I don't really have a lot of skill set. Give me your, I don't know, 3-minute elevator pitch on how I should get into roofing, and if I should, then what should my journey look like?
Oh man. All right. So you're a high school kid or a college kid, and you're trying to get into roofing, and you want to start by doing repairs. You said, okay. So I'll tell you the same thing I tell the
I
guys
mean,
that
it
work.
could be repairs, it could be anything, but like I don't have a lot of skill. I'm not really a handyman. I might be able to, hammer a nail or two, but I don't really know what the industry is about. But I don't really have any kind of other guidance in my life right now. I have looked up to roofers or I've looked up to construction, blue collar people all my life. Maybe some of my family members were in the trades. So I'm really considering it, but I don't know how to get into the industry. So what would you say to someone like me? Although I'm not, this is just a pseudo example, but what would you say to that kid if they want to break into the industry?
Well, I would say, how do you value yourself? What is your value? Like, what do you make? What do you want? What do you make a year? What do you want to make a year? What's your value?
Well, so I probably make, given that I'm, in my
No, no,
20s,
no.
I'm
I didn't ask
early.
what you make. What is your value?
What do I want to make? What
What's
I
your
worth?
value? What's your value?
Like as in, what do I
That's
value?
my
What
point.
do I value?
So what? That's my point. So that's what I would sell to you is that we're standing in a conversation. You want to make a life altering decision. You don't even know what your value is. You want to know why you don't know what your value is? Because you don't know the opportunities that are out there. Sales opens up opportunities for all of us. Sales is the only industry in the world where you get to tell me how big your check should be, and I have to write it for you. You need to come into sales so you can experience what being in control of your own destiny feels like. More importantly, getting in touch with your failures, identifying them, and learning how to bounce back from them. Resilience and hustle. If you bring both of those to me, I will bring six figures to you. That's how this industry works. Everybody sells in their life. You've sold a million times. I sold my wife on being with me. You've sold your wife on being with me. You've negotiated down price of food. You've negotiated down price of anything before buying something on an online shop. We sell every single day of our lives. So why not come and get compensated for it? Why not come and learn how to control freedom, how to buy your freedom for later? Why not learn something outside the box? Be part of an industry that spits out six figures like it's handing out candy. Like, come be part of a $300 billion a year industry that's not on the public market, that is turning out millionaires daily. Come be part of that. Let me teach you how door knocking can generate six figures a year for you, how mastering your media can generate another six figures a year for you, how leading people in a prosperous team can lead to an additional six figures a year for you. I literally turned my income from 30,000 to 300,000 in 8 years, and I'm continuing climbing. Come, let me teach you the last industry you'll ever work in for the rest of your life. Do you think you'd be willing to give roofing a chance?
Of course. I mean, I'm sold.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
easy.
That's it. Like, that's
That's
the
it.
game plan. Yeah, that's the conversation I have with them. And then you show them how to do it. This is simple, but it's not easy. A lot of roofers are, oh yeah, it's easy. Sales is the easy part, but the hell it is. Estimating is the easy part. Supplements the easy part. Scheduling the bills the easy part. Ordering material, that's the easy part. Hard part is obtaining the job. Don't let anybody fool you on that end. That's the hardest part. And a true salesman performs on the back end, not the front end, because signing the deal is only a small aspect of what your job is. Your actual job is to be the communication. You're the line of defense for that homeowner, and you need to make sure they're properly taken care of, properly communicated with, thoroughly connected with, and communicated, like, so they understand every step of the process. Get to know them, person, not just a client. Learn something special about them. Save their damn number in your phone. Be willing to reach out to them on a consistent basis, because one well taken care of client can lead to 10 more contracts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can lead to future compensation for you. And not only that, people want to believe that you care about them. So some of the people in here that I see all the time, why do you do this? Oh, I love helping people. No, your ass don't. You like getting paid. Stop lying. But if you started to actually want to help them and get paid, now we're talking. Now we're cooking. You know what I'm saying? You provide that type of experience and you want to get some money. Let's go, baby. Now we're in the driver's seat together, because that's what I'm about. I'm about turning a profit, but taking care of somebody, developing sales reps while turning a profit. That's what I care about.
Awesome. Awesome. I mean, this has been swell. Totally different than any of our other episodes.
I get that a
You're
lot.
obviously a super pumped guy all the time. So I love that about you. I've learned a lot from you over the last few months that I've followed you on LinkedIn and social. I want to finish with, just giving out some details on where people can find Romans Roofing on the internet, on the social media channels, and where they should follow you.
For Romans Roofing, we just actually had Hook Agency redo our entire website. We just built it from ground level up. It's awesome. We just had the preview walkthrough today. So as of Thursday morning, we do have a website now, but it's garbage. As of Thursday morning, we will have our new launch of our website that will be at romansroofing.net, of which you can click for fast quotes. You actually have sections now where you can apply for work on our website and stuff, so people will be able to do that. It's beautiful. It's only 5 pages as opposed to the 25 or whatever we had on there before. So it's wonderful to navigate. Very simple. The Roof Trolls podcast. That's with a Z at the end of Trolls. That is anywhere podcasts are played. You can also check us out on YouTube. We also have a Facebook page for the Roof Trolls podcast, and we don't do virtual. But if anybody's in the Chicagoland area or Indiana area, you can be on the show. All you got to do is shoot me a message. You can find me on LinkedIn, Elijah Muhm. You can also find me on Instagram, which is my main, where I post most of my stuff at, which is Eli the Sly Guy 86. Then we have a TikTok for Romans Roofing. We have a Facebook page for Romans Roofing. I got a Threads for Romans Roofing, and then I have an Instagram for Romans Roofing. So pretty much across the Twitter for Romans Roofing as well. So we're pretty much across the board on platforms for content, but for the most bang for your buck right now, Facebook for Romans Roofing is the hot page. And then I would say my personal Instagram or personal Facebook page, Elijah Muhm. You can find me on there too.
Guys, I will drop all the links in the description of this YouTube podcast video. So definitely go check them out. They're doing a lot of crazy things, creating waves in this industry, especially Elijah. The whole team in Romans, I've seen them on the podcast, the things that they talk about, really relevant to what's happening in the industry right now and what you should be doing differently to stand out. So definitely go follow them. And thanks everyone for joining and tuning in to this session. It was totally a different kind of podcast than we usually have. Thanks, Elijah, for giving us the time. Obviously, we're not paying you to come here. You're not paying us to do this. So this is absolutely for the industry so that it helps you guys out. If there's any questions, reach out to Elijah. I'll drop the links in the description. And thanks for joining us at the Roofing and Home Services Industry Podcast. Thanks a lot, guys.